Title: My New Neighbor, a Retired Cop. He knocked at 6:47 p.m., right when the sun dipped low enough to throw long shadows across the yard. My son was chasing a red ball near the hedge. My wife was laughing, her voice soft, effortless. I opened the door. He stood there, tall, gray hair, the kind of face that's seen too much and still remembers every detail. He introduced himself as Daniel, retired cop, moved in next door last week. Firm handshake, eyes steady. But his gaze didn't stay on me. It drifted past my shoulder toward the yard, toward her. She waved at him without noticing his expression. That smile she used to give me years ago. He froze. For just a second. Then he leaned closer. "I'm sorry to ask," he said quietly, "but what's your wife's maiden name?" I told him. His face drained of color. His voice turned to gravel. "Leave this neighborhood. Take your son. Don't tell her why." And then he walked away. No explanation. Just that. I stood there, watching him cross the street, watching my wife pick up our son, laughing like nothing had happened. But something inside me had already gone still. At dinner, I couldn't stop replaying it. His look, his tone, the way his hand trembled when I said her name. She noticed. "You okay?" I nodded. Too easily, too fast. Her eyes lingered on me a second too long, reading me the way she always could, or thought she could. That night I lay awake beside her, her breathing steady, peaceful. Mine wasn't. By morning I had Daniel's address from the neighborhood chat. I stopped by under the pretense of returning his mail that had ended up in my box. He didn't open the door right away. When he did, his eyes flicked over my shoulder, scanning the street like he expected someone else. "You didn't leave," he said flatly. Not without knowing why. He hesitated, then stepped aside. "Come in." The inside of his house was stripped down, bare walls, boxes unopened. But on the table lay a folder, yellowed, torn edges. He pushed it toward me. That name, your wife's maiden name, came up in a case, 12 years ago. I opened the file. Photos. A man, mid-40s, shot dead in his home. Another photo, his wife, younger, tearful. Then, my wife's face. Same eyes, same smile, same birthmark near the neck, different name. He said she disappeared after the investigation, never charged, never found, until now. I didn't speak for a long time. When I finally looked up, he said, "You have a son, right?" I nodded. His jaw tightened. "Get him away from her." I left without another word. Driving home, my hands trembled once, the only time they would that day. I watched her from the car before I went inside. She was trimming the roses. She waved again, like always. I waved back. That night, after she fell asleep, I opened her laptop. Emails, deleted folders, hidden photos. I traced one image to a cloud backup. It showed her with the same man from the file, the dead one, smiling, arm around his neck, dated 2 months before his murder. She looked happy, the same way she does now when she looks at our son. The resemblance between the man and my boy hit me like a slow-moving blade. I didn't move, didn't breathe. I just stared at the photo until the sun began to rise. I ordered a DNA test the next morning, sent the samples quietly. Her toothbrush, my son's comb, mine. Then waited. A week. She laughed, she cooked, she kissed me goodnight. I studied her like a stranger I'd once loved. When the results arrived, I didn't need to open them. But I did. It confirmed what I already knew. My son wasn't mine. He was his. The dead one's. The man she'd vanished after. That evening, I set the envelope on the table. No words. She looked at it, then at me. Her face changed, not with confusion, but recognition. Slowly, she opened it. Her hand trembled once. Then she met my eyes. "Who told you?" she whispered. I said nothing. Tears welled. She reached for my hand. I didn't move. "You don't understand," she said, voice breaking. I cut her off quietly. "You're good at stories." She stared at me, searching for some version of the man I used to be. But that man had left a week ago, when a retired cop told him to run. I stood up, took my keys, and said only, "Pack your things by morning." By sunrise, the house was silent. My son was asleep in the back seat, clutching his red ball. I stood by the doorway one last time. The roses she trimmed last night still glistened with dew. Behind me, she stood barefoot on the porch, tears streaming. But she didn't call out. She knew it wouldn't matter. I drove away without looking back. I don't blame him. I don't even hate her anymore. Because now she's the one left in the dark, haunted by the silence she created. And me? I finally understand the value of quiet revenge. It doesn't need fire, just distance, and the sound of an engine fading into the morning.